Hey everyone, it's Candace and Carl's here. And
I don't know
so
which side you're on.
I can see, but he can't see. So we
Yeah.
are still practicing our social distancing, obviously. And so he's in the studio. I'm at my home. But how's it going, Carl?
The banana bread was amazing. Masami and I chewed into it last night, and everybody, if you remember seeing what happened the other day, we tried to do this really nice live thing, my wife and I, and she made a nice batch of banana bread using grandma's recipe, but forgot to put the sugar in. And it was very good diet banana bread. It was very good diet banana bread. But we got the real deal yesterday. Candace delivered it, left it on the porch, and walked away. So she's safe. We didn't infect her.
Yep,
Um, and it was good. It was real good.
good. Um,
The challenge is on Wade now. Wade's got to bring a loaf, and we got to try it.
that's right. We've heard that his wife makes an amazing banana bread. So
Yep. Yep.
good. So what's going on? What's going on with Reasons for Hope? And we're still going.
We're still kicking. I mean, well, I tell you what. Why don't you start it off? What's going on with our social media, the posts, and all that sort of a thing? What all is going on with that, and what's it look like?
Yeah, so if you go to the Reasons for Hope page on Facebook and you look at our cover photo, you can see all the different posts that we're doing every day at 10, 12, and 3. And a lot of those are live videos, and it's kind of cool because it's really from the entire team. And so
Mm-hmm.
um, everyone kind of has their niche and their segment and what they're doing. And so the schedule's there. You can check it out on our cover photo.
Are people actually paying attention to those things, though? I mean, what's it looking like? Are people checking in?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's a different audience, like I said, for kind of every kind of niche. And so
Yeah.
um it's been good. It's been good that we've got new people coming to Reasons for Hope and checking it out, and so we're excited.
Yeah, good, good, good.
And one thing
I
I
know one of
wanted
the things.
Go ahead. I wanted to
Go ahead.
talk to you about your Media Correct because you told me a very special thing about that that might be interesting to some people. And if you're watching, make sure you say hello to us because we would love to say hello to you.
Candace will say hello to you because she can see the screen. All I see is a camera looking at me. Um, what did I tell you special about Media Correct?
Well, you told me that in
Trigger.
every episode,
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's
right?
right. Thank you.
Right? Okay, your mind was
I'm
somewhere
brain dead.
else.
Well, all right. We've got two episodes out now, and another one will be coming out on Monday. So, for you people that are very observant, if you watch those and look closely at the background, you're going to notice that there's one thing in the background that wasn't in the time before. So we're placing kind of things in there. It's almost like a Where's Waldo? Find Waldo kind of thing. And so if you watch the first one, then you watch the second one, you're going to see something in the background in the second one that wasn't there in the first one, and vice versa. Same with the episodes that are coming up. So what I'm going to do is next week we got another one. The week after that, at the end of week 4, whoever finds all 4 things that are in there that are different from the other weeks. I love disc golf. It's just one of my fun things that I love to do. And I've got a line of disc called Big Dog, DAWG. Got to spell it right. Take a bite out of your game, use a Big Dog disc. And I'm going to send, after week 4, the first person to put down all 4 things that are in the backgrounds that weren't there the week before, I'm going to send you a Big Dog disc. So, but Media Correct has been fun in that I'm working on an episode right now on X-Men
Cool.
and fleshing it out. I found some neat information on there that I didn't know before. So, uh, but just finding ways to use what we're seeing in the culture as a springboard to conversation
Hmm.
and try and do it in a fun way. I know that today we had to go to a guy to look at our car. And in the course of conversation, I was just sharing what we're doing with him and everything like that. He's like, man, this is perfect for my son-in-law
Mm.
and my grandson, and so he's taken and he's using those things for that. So it's just another kind of a tool
Yeah.
to to hopefully get conversations going.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey, Paul from Wisconsin. Thanks so much for watching. Glad you're watching with us here today.
Hey,
Uh,
Paul.
what else? What else? Oh, I know
Well,
something really big has come out.
yeah.
Debunked T.
Oh, yeah. Debunk TV. There's so much going on. I literally have spent, and I told the guys in our meeting that we have, we meet every Thursday. I have literally spent at least 40 hours in the last 3.5 days working on video editing and stuff like that. But Debunk TV is now out and released. If you're on our mailing list, you would have gotten an email from us that had a link to go watch it. We'll put that link down below here. I think we're in about 1,000 views. Is that right, Candace? You remember
Yeah, I
on
think
Debunk
about up
TV?
to 1,000. It might even be more than that now. I actually haven't checked, but it wasn't listed as public on YouTube, but now it is, so anyone can
Exactly.
go check it out. So go to Reasons for Hope YouTube channel and you can share it with your friends
Yeah.
there.
And we'll put a link below here as well that'll take you directly to it. But
Yep.
yeah, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. I mean, because there's so many new things going up there, man.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that. And if you download the app, you'll see those up there as well. It'll be delayed. It'll be delayed because we only update the app every so often. But the best way is to just type in that "stay bold" in your messaging software to the recipient 51555, and then fill out ask for some information, fill that out, and become a Debunk Defender, and you're going to get it. But Debunk TV is live. It's up and running. The other episodes are being worked on now, and the final script is done for the brand new Debunked. The
Yes.
animations, we
Hmm.
had we had to make some changes to the script because this one is technical, and I obviously had nothing to do with it because it's technical. Uh, and we ran it by 3 scientists. And Candy, what's cool about this one? One of the scientists that read through the script and gave us feedback and helped us on it
Yeah.
is Stephen Meyer
Hmm.
from Discovery Institute. So, and he would not be in agreement with us when it comes to certain issues on age of the earth and that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
But on this argument, we used the mathematical argument, which not my strength. He went through that whole thing and did that for us. And so did Dave DeWitt, and so did Andrew Fabich. They went through and really gave us some good feedback on it. And so the script is done. Bub's doing the voice now, and the animation. I told you I'd already seen the animation.
Hmm.
That's just going to have to be tweaked a little bit. I'm really praying by next week at the latest, we should even have that one out. And it really is amazing.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. That's so cool.
Mm.
What else? What else is happening? You had a whole list.
Guest Devos.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
It's kind of fun because, our numbers up. The last time I checked, our numbers were up over 1,500% as far as people viewing the actual videos. And so, yeah, you can put a lot of stuff up, but if nobody's looking at it, big deal. But people are actually looking at the stuff. And so I thought, what I'd like to do is, who are some friends that I've got and ministries that are, I want you to be aware of. And so for the kickoff was last week, and Brian Scoggin, good buddy of mine, man, it's so encouraging to see how he has grown, and just his spiritual growth is amazing. Just really, really encouraging. Ray Comfort's doing this week. What's that come out on Tuesdays, right? Tuesdays at noon.
Yeah, they'll be out on Tuesdays at noon. Yep. Will be our guest
Tuesdays at noon.
devos. Yep.
So Ray is doing this next one, and then I don't know who's going to be the next one. I've got a few that I'm going to pick from, but I know the one guy that I want to mention that's doing one for us is a missionary in the Philippines, and he started a ministry called Threads of Hope.
Yep.
And I want to make you aware of that now, because I'll put the link down below as well for Threads of Hope, because they have the gospel wristbands that I've shown you
Yeah.
and talked about with
There's
you.
mine.
It's time to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
now is the time to do it. I would honestly encourage you, please go to their website. And if you're in a financial position, get some of the wristbands from them. Buy the gospel ones or get the regular ones, because the island that these families live on that make these threads, I just talked with Alex 2 days ago, is completely shut down. And this time of year, it's packed. It's a vacation tourist island. And hey, look, they're dealing with it just as hard as we are, if not
Hmm.
more, so more so. But they're shut down, so there's no money going into that island. And the only people that are making any money, and it's not like over here where we've got, well, unemployment, I'm going to go have to take unemployment. There is none of that.
Yeah.
Are the Threads of Hope people. And their orders have almost completely cut off.
Yeah.
So he's got enough money to pay them for 2 months. But if some new orders don't come in, then they're going to be hurting as well. So I would encourage you, not asking you to give nothing for, something for nothing. I'd say go get some of their wristbands. They're amazing. And when we can
Hmm.
finally get within 6 feet of each other, those gospel wristbands are fantastic
Yeah.
for sharing with people. So I'd encourage you to please go check it out, get some gospel wristbands from them, and help them and pray for them. But you'll see him. He's going to do one. A couple pastors from the Philippines as well.
Yep.
Um,
Hey,
a
Carl,
dear buddy out in, yeah.
go ahead. I was going to say, yeah, maybe just give an example of how you use those gospel bracelets, because some people might wonder, hey,
You broke up on me. Give example of how I use them. Is that what
how
you
you
said?
use the gospel bracelets? Yeah.
I, I'll give you a perfect story. Um, I checked into a hotel in Illinois. It was a Saturday, and I was speaking Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, Saturday night it snowed like crazy, and they canceled all the speaking events. So I got in the car and I drove home. Well, they rescheduled the meeting, so I came back a couple months later, and I came into the exact same hotel, and the same lady was checked me in then to check me in the first time, and she was somebody that I had shared the gospel wristband with. Because what I do is I check into hotels if they're not busy, because you have to be respectful for waiters and those types of folks that are serving people. You don't want to be impolite to them, because that's how they make their living. If I take them away from everybody, it's not good. And so I checked in and I said, hey, this, boom. And by the way, I've got a gift for you from the Philippines. Would you take it if I give it to you? And she looks at it and says, of course. So I told her about the village. I told her about the ministry that Alex has and how lives were changed and transformed. And I make sure I tie it on their wrist. And then when I got done, and then I said, everybody thinks that if they had money, they would be so happy because they look at this gold here. And, oh, man, if I had gold, I'd be so happy. But guess what? This is where I tell people when I'm training them to use these wristbands, you have to make it personal. It has to be real. It has to come from your heart, not you just regurgitating what you heard somebody else say. So I'm like, yeah, my father made $250,000 a year wrestling in the 60s. That was a lot of money back then. He died living in a $3,000 trailer taking tolls in a toll booth, and he couldn't pay for that trailer that he was living in. So if you think you're going to be happy because you have money in the bank, well, trust me when I tell you that if you sell out for what the world can give you, the world can and will take it away. But this gold, this represents heaven, and nobody can take that away from you. The only problem is that we can't get there because the black represents sin. And the Bible says we've all sinned. We've all fallen short of the glory of God. So what a sad story. You got a beautiful place, but we can't get to it. Oh, it's not sad because this red, that represents the shed blood of Jesus Christ. And he loved us. The one who created us loved us so much that while we were rejecting him, he came, he died, he shed his blood for us, even though we didn't deserve it. And then the white, which is right next to the red, I'm just going to sequence here. That white, man, God says that when you receive that free gift of eternal life from him, he washes us white like snow. It doesn't matter what you've done or what has been done to you. And I tell people now, we have to say this more and more because abuse is such a rampant problem in our culture.
Mm.
It doesn't matter what you've done or what's been done to you. You are a new creation. You have a new heart, new mind. You're a new creation because of what he did. And then green, well, green, I look outside and I see a tree and it's got green leaves that's growing. Man, that's a reminder to me that I need to be alive and growing in my faith. So I shared that gospel message with her, and then you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes you get a conversation, sometimes you don't. Uh, and here I am a few months later. She's sitting back there. She sees me. You are the guy. And she holds her wrist up, and she still had the gospel wristband on. And she
So
started
cool.
telling me all the things that had happened since I had given her this wristband and how she'd been sharing that. And so, because what I do is after I've done all that whole message, then I say, oh, by the way, it's not free. And it's
Mm.
so fun to watch. It's so fun to watch the
Like,
eyes of people because they're like, oh, man, I thought this guy was a nice guy giving me something. Now he's hitting me up for money.
yeah.
And they'll kind of freeze and look at me and I'm like, you want to ask me a question? And they're like, how much? And I'm like, no, 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 no. Or they reach for their wallet. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't want your
Yeah.
money. And what I do is I always give them a second one. And I say, look, if you're going to wear one, you have to share one because we
Mm-hmm.
have a message of hope, and we need to get out and start telling people about Jesus. And so I always do that with people when I give it to them. And she was there, and she told me about the people she'd shared the gospel with, and I'm like, there you go. So that's how I use that. They're phenomenal. I mean, they are really the one thing that has made it capable for me to get out of my hiding mode when I go out in public.
Cool. Thank you, Carl. I think that's helpful too, just to hear an example of how you might use it in an everyday situation. So, thanks.
Yeah, you betcha.
All right, what else were you going to talk about?
I think that's my list right there.
Okay.
Pray for the guest devos,
Yeah.
and check out the Debunk TV. Share it. Let people
Mm-hmm.
know about it.
Yep.
And thank you for praying for us. Thank you for just watching these things.
Mm-hmm.
We're sure blessed to be able to do what we do, and we don't take it for granted that we get this opportunity.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, everyone. We are praying for you. We're praying for our country, our nation, the world. Um, have a blessed day, and don't forget to stay bold.
Stay bold.